Alright, today I'm going to show you guys how to become familiar with FL Studio if you just downloaded the software or if you have not gotten the chance to become familiar with all the different tools that it offers. So I understand that when you first download FL Studio and you open it up, you're probably a bit overwhelmed because you don't quite know where anything is. And that's normal. It takes time to get familiar with all the different functions. But as long as you start and you get curious and you click around, you're going to have no problem picking it up. So first off, there's a few kind of main tools on here that you're going to want to become familiar with as soon as you can. They're kind of like the fundamentals to building out a song or a beat. And that the first one is this tempo adjuster right here at the top. So when you first open a new project, that's always going to be set to 130. If you want to adjust the speed or the tempo of your song, you do that right there. Depending on what genre you're trying to make, you're going to adjust accordingly. Just take to Google if you are looking for a specific song's tempo, and you could adjust yours to match that and go from there. Now, in order to access your instruments and your drums so that you can kind of build out your patterns and get going with building your beat, you're going to go right over here to the channel rack up top. And when you open that up, you can think of this as like your toolkit. So this is what holds all of your instruments, and this is where you're going to access all of your instruments from. So if you want to make a piano element to your beat, you will add a piano in here, and then you will edit that piano melody however you like right here. So if you want to start building, let's say, a drum pattern, you can start by clicking the metronome on, which is right up top. If this is highlighted, you'll know the metronome is on, and if you hit play, you'll hear it. So it's always good practice to just have that on so that you know that whatever you're recording is on time with your tempo. If you don't have that on, it can get a little tricky trying to record and have it be on beat. So I would say, at least as you're starting out, use the metronome and just have that be part of your practice. Now I'm going to open up a project that I already have so I can show you what this looks like as you load your tools in. Before I do that, in order to load new sounds or instruments, you're just going to hit this plus right here, and you'll find all the different plugins that contain different sounds like drums and keys, guitars, and so on. That's all just right there if you hit the plus. Now, once you load up all your instruments, you're going to see them all lined up like this. And if you want to edit any of them or create a pattern for the instrument, then you're just going to hover over that pattern and hit Control click, and then you're going to go to the piano roll, which will allow you to edit just that pattern. So I think this is a guitar pattern, and we're going to just play only that by clicking pattern up top. If you have song, it's going to play the whole song. So if you just want to hear this part of the song, you have to go to pattern and hit play. So that's just one guitar element of the song. Now if I hit song, it's going to play the whole song. Now, if you go back to the channel rack, you will see next to all of the instruments, there's this little section here where you could adjust the number. And what that does is sends whichever instrument you're adjusting the number for to a mixer track, which allows you to add an effect to that instrument. So I don't know if that sounds complicated, but it's not. In order to find the mixer, you go up here and you click the mixer, and all of these channels right here, you could add a different effect to those channels, and whatever effect you add to that channel will affect the instrument that is plugged into that channel. So channel 8, I have that guitar, and I have in slot 8 over here this plugin that basically you can cut out different frequencies of the sound. It's just an effect that you can use depending on what your goal is with that sound. There are tons of different effects that you could locate over here by just hitting the drop down. Like you will find reverbs, delays, soft clipper, EQ, everything that you need as far as effects go are right over there in the drop down. So maybe you have a piano that you want to add some reverb to. You would do it by sending it to one of the mixer tracks by routing it on this little left column. Once you've done that, you go over here and then you select reverb in this case, and you would just add that reverb to your sound. Once you have gotten all the patterns kind of laid out for each of the different instruments, then you can go ahead and start arranging them into a full song by going back to that main page, which is where FL Studio starts us off at when we first open it up. Now in this particular project, I have already laid out this entire song, as you can see. But if I didn't already do this, I would be able to just click these in by clicking over here and then clicking it into the song and adding more as I like. Before you're able to split these all apart, you need to do something that is very crucial. You cannot forget this step. So when you're ready to arrange your song, you must go over here to this drop down and hit split by channel. And what that is going to do is make all of your instruments separate from each other so that you could arrange them and put them individually where you want within the song. If you don't do that, they're going to all be glued together and there's no way to separate them, and they're all going to play at once no matter what. So very crucial to always split by channel in order to arrange your song. Okay, once you split by channel, they're going to all be laid out on the left column. If you just click the instrument, like I'm going to click this hi-hat, I want to put that right here. It's going to let me move it however I'd like so that it is where I want it within the song. And yeah, you will see the entire finished song here. Obviously this one has quite a bit of elements to it. If you're first starting out, maybe it will only have 5 or 6 elements to it, but just be curious within FL Studio. Click around. Do not be afraid to click something wrong. You could always just hit the undo button and nothing bad will happen. So yeah, once you're ready to play your song and hear what it sounds like, you just go to the song and you hit play. And if you would like to export your song so that you could, send it in an email or save it to a file, just go to File, go down, hit Export, and you'll have a bunch of options as far as format goes. If you want it to be a little higher quality, stick to the WAV file. If you want to save space on your device, go MP3 and just export. Super simple. It will go to your computer's files. And then if you want to open this project back up to work on it some more, when you open FL Studio, you just go to File, and down here at the bottom, you'll find your recent projects. Just open whichever one up and get to work on it. But those are basically the main tools that you're going to want to get the hang of. The channel rack, where all your instruments will be, the mixer, where you could add effects to those instruments, and then this main song area where you could arrange all your patterns into a final song. That's it for today. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you liked this tutorial, please subscribe to the channel, and we will be back every week with more FL Studio tutorials just like this. Thanks, and we'll see you on the next one.